Okay, it's recording now. Okay, so last week we'll start working on putting. Okay, script is nothing but what you're putting in here. Okay, instead of sitting there and typing each command, you're putting that commands into the file. What it does is it will run it for you. Okay, so let's take a look here. So you type this at the line here, right? If you copy and paste it at the line, it's doing the same thing as if you put it in a file. What it's going to do is it's going to run this and hit enter, and it's going to run this and hit enter, it's going to run this and hit enter. After semicolon, what it will do is it will start hitting enter for you. What it makes is it will make it a script for you so that it will automatically run. So you could be sitting there and having like, this is nothing here. You could have like 200, 300 commands in there and it will run it for you. Okay, so that is the beauty of the script here. You could just put something in there, but there are some tricks and techniques you could use to how to modify it and then how to make it work for you. Okay, so let's take a look here. So there is a file here called script here. It has nothing in it, right? So if you have something like this, you're putting in the line, you could definitely do that here. Running on the command prompt, you could run those things, and it's usually run as shell script. If you're typing this at the prompt, you're using it as a shell. Right now we are using CLI, right? So CLI, command line interface, is also called shell. Okay, so now we are calling it bash, right? So let's take a look here what bash means. Okay, so bash what is bash used for? Bash is a command processor that typically runs in the text window where the user types the command, and that causes bash. Bash can also read and execute commands from a file. Okay, so what it's selling is bash is this line, command line is also bash. And when we type that, put that all those commands into this file, it becomes a bash script. Okay, well, let me copy this. It typically runs where the user types the commands. okay, that causes the action. So what is happening here is it's saying bash is a command processor that typically runs in the text window. Okay, so this is the text window, and so whatever we type in there, it's executing that command, types the command that causes the action. So what is it means is we type pwd and hit enter, it caused the action, right? What is the action of pwd is output is root, and bash can also read and execute from the file called shell script. Okay, so it's called, instead of calling shell script, it's called bash script. Okay, all right, let's move forward. So we're gonna create a bash script here. Okay, so we created vi script, and what happens is running this command here. Okay, so normally what will happen is these commands, let me read just the window. So let's see here. So how do we run this script here? Normally what you do is you're not supposed to type bash and script. Okay, it doesn't run that way. So if you type script and the script started file is script type. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a file vi template. No, let's go into script again. Vi script, and I'm gonna hit enter. In here on the top, you have to declare the script. Okay. So for the system to know this is a bash script, you have to type pound exclamation and bin / bash. Okay, let me tell you where this is coming from. You type bash here and hit enter. Type which bash. What is it doing is it's running this command here, user bin / bash. So what we could do is you could copy this and put it in the file here and tell you the location is which is bash. So let's go into vi. Okay, if you look at this file here, you won't be able to read this because this file is written in binary. It's zeros and one, and you're being displayed garbled on the screen, but it's actually written in zeros and one. So we can't see that now. Bash. So let me go into vi script. Okay, so what we are typing here is user bin / bash here. We don't have to type user. You just type pound and exclamation, and then you type Bing bash. Okay, so the pound and exclamation, this is referred to as shebang. Okay, this is referred to as shebang. So what you have to do is you have to type this pound and exclamation. Let me see if I could make it bigger. Okay. So this part in the jargon, in the Linux administration jargon, this is called shebang. Okay. And for you to make it, and let's see, slash bin slash bash. Okay, so what is this here? This is the location of the bash command. So this is where the bash command is located here. You could tell the system. You know what? Just let's keep this here. So let me just go ahead and put the full command in here. Let me see if I could bin ls. Okay, so it is in here. The file is in this place here, so you could put it in. Let's see, let me go to cd usr, usr bin, and do ls. So those files are sitting in there, bin and usr. Okay, anyway, what's the difference between bin and usr? Bin and usr directories here, I think we already ran through this, right? So, okay, command bi editor, user administration. Where did I put it? I don't think I split that up yet. So give me 1 second here. Okay, here all these directories here, right? Why can't I open in another window here? Oh, come on. So all these things are running in the tree here. So all these things, when you run all the commands and everything, you could relate back and come back here. So let's focus on two folders. USR, it contains back of some of the system files and folders containing optional commands. Okay, this USR contains the backup here. Okay, and where is the bin folder? Bin folder, it contains all the binary user commands. Okay, any user that is using the commands is gonna go in there, and /usr is the backup. /usr is also same thing, but it got a backup of the commands here. So instead of running from the backup, we'll just run it from the main place, a bin bash. Okay. Okay, everybody with me so far, right? Location of the bash command. This is where the command is located. Okay. So for you to declare a script, these are the essential things you have to have in there. Okay. So you have to have shebang, and then where is the location of the bash command is there. So when it reads this, it will read this and execute the command. Then it's going to run all this script in here. Okay. Okay, good. Let me just extend this a little bit here so that I could copy it better. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is officially you have to comment out something here. So what happened, if you want this line to be ignored, what you do is you type a £sign before this line here. And if you type a £sign before this line in the script, what will happen is this line will be ignored. I'm going to quit and save. Okay, and then I'm going to run the script bash script, and what happened is just goes back to the next line here. Why is it doing that? Because if you look in this here, technically this file is empty now. Why is it empty? Because once you comment this line out, this part is, when the moment you put the £sign in there, is you saying it comment out. If you're working with your colleague at work and he will say like something is causing some problem here, so like, okay, go in that file and commit it out. What does comment out means is if you put a £sign before it, that line will be rendered useless. Okay, comment out. Okay, so the comment out means the £sign okay, if you have hash sign, the entire line will be ignored. So I'm going to put it here, unreadable. Okay. So what I could do is I could go in here into the file and I copy this and then I put thousands of lines in there and it has a pound sign in there. It still won't run. Still there is not going to be any result for those lines. Okay, why is it doing that? Because we are commenting it out. But why do we usually use the pound sign in here? So that you could put some comments in this so that somebody could read about this. So what you could do is this script is to learn. So if your coworker, you wrote a script here and then you want to put some information in there, they will come in here and read it and, oh, okay, this script is to learn. Okay, so if we run it again, it's not going to do anything because this is comment out. There is actually no commands in there that are working. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go ahead.
Sir, so this means that the first line that you've written, which is Shebang, it also has a hash sign. So Linux was not going to read that as well. Is it so?
No, it's going to read that. It is actually reading that line. Very good question. It is actually reading its sign. What it's doing is it's actually reading everything, okay? But it is the moment it just has a pound sign and exclamation, it's reading it to where to run the command from. The reason you are putting this here is bin bash command. Some systems, what they do is bin bash directory is somewhere else. You could, in Linux as a root admin, you could move these things around so that you could throw the hackers off where this might be located. You know what I mean? You could definitely do some configuration and move this around and put that location in here.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
But definitely this first line is reading everything, okay? It's reading everything. But when it's come to running the commands, it's ignoring this and it's ignoring this. What it's actually doing is it's actually ignoring this too. But the moment you have pound here, it's not displaying it here, okay? But this is very essential. You have to have this. You have to have this. So in here, I'll put this down here. You have to have this at the top level, top of the script. Okay, so, and this is comment out and a hash sign. The entire line will be ignored. Okay, all right, let's move forward. So in here, I'll type dff and h. Okay, so which command is going to run here? is gonna go through all this here, but it's not gonna run this because this one has a pound sign. It's gonna run this dffnh. Okay, so if you type bash script, so it's gonna run only dffnh. Okay, you guys got the idea, right? Let me clear this. Let me show you. Replace that with something else. Okay, so what I'm gonna put in here is what I'm gonna put in here is what I'm gonna put. Give me your favorite command. Hello, anybody? Alright, my favorite command is pwd. Okay, and somebody else says, you want to see how long the system is up. You type uptime in there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pound before uptime here. So it's still, what it's going to do is still is going to run only one command because the other commands got a pound sign before it. So the moment you delete this, you run this, is going to run two commands now. So what is the significance of pound command? Pound sign is, I'll tell you. When you go into /etc/fs tab and you're making some entries in here, right? You're going in here, oh, I'm gonna make some entries in here. So instead of deleting or doing anything, what you do is you copy this and then you put a pound sign before the old one here. So this is a good practice that you will keep the old existing line. That way if you come back here and see if something is happening, you could see your co-worker or your colleagues will take a look here and say, oh, okay, they came here, they previously did something here. Instead of deleting the entire line, they just comment it out so that there is some records are left. Okay. All right, you guys all got the idea, right? What I'm doing here. I could comfortably save and exit, and nothing happens. Okay, so I'm gonna put it down here. Use this while editing configuration file to keep the existing line. Okay. So the next thing that is following this is permissions. Okay, let's look at the permissions of the file. ls-l. So the permission of the file is, what is the permission of the file? 644. So what is happening here is the owner is read and write, other one can't read, group can't read, and others can't read. I mean, they could read, they can't write and execute it. So you have to give others some level of permissions, and you have to give the user some level of permission to run the script here. Okay, so the permission is, I'll just tell you blindly here, permission. So generally script has 755 permissions. Okay, so what you're gonna do is, what is this here? Cat type. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna remove this. Okay, so the permissions, what you have to do is you have to give the permissions here. So I'm gonna do ls-l. I'm gonna give the permission chmod, okay, 755 script. So if you do ls-l, that is the script you get, okay? Okay, I still see some of you have not completed the assignment, okay? Please complete it. It is for your own benefit, okay? Because what you're learning here is um, you're learning Linux here, and you will put yourself into a higher paying salary here, believe me, and follow everything I'm telling you exactly. So what will happen is, if you're serious about this, once your run assignment is complete and all that, I'll know how you're performing, and how I could help you get the job, okay? All right, so it is really important you finish all those, and when you have finished it, let me know, because I would gauge you how you are doing it. And if you get stuck, just put it in the chat, WhatsApp chat. That's what it is for. It's for everybody to help each other out, and for me to see what you have questions about. Okay. So don't. Uh, I mean, do use all these resources here, because it's going to be for your own benefit. And don't stress too much. As I told you, use the formula. Try to, if you're not able to find 2 hours a day, just find 1 hour, 30 minutes. It is going to help you. Okay, now instead of typing bash and the script name, what you could do is, this is how you have to type: slash period slash script name. Okay, what will happen is, this is how you officially run the script here, and you type here the script runs. If you just type script, it doesn't run like that way here. Okay, so I'll type it here, running the script. Okay, so running script. Okay, so what you have to do is to run the script file. Um, uh, run as shown. So how are you going to do that? Slash script name. Okay. So these are the essential things you need. These are the basic things you need to do for the script file before you do it here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this out. And then what I normally do is I create a template file here. Okay. So later on, I copy that file to another file and then make a script here, because I don't want to be going in there and putting this, declare the script permissions and running this. All these three things would take some time here. So what I'll do is usually create template, and in there I'll type pound exclamation /bin/bash. Okay, and then I normally do this here. This is a template. Okay, and I come back out of it, and then I do chmod 755 template. Okay, and ls-l. Okay, yeah, I think this one is system generated. Don't worry about that one here. We'll just worry about ours. So what is happening here is now the file name template is there. You could use this, copy this file going forward and create your own script here. Okay. So let's get out of this. Let me clear this. And one other thing here is before here, so if you do ls-l, if you do ls here, all these are script files. We know that, but user doesn't know if these are script files or not. Okay. So what you could do is you could give them the .sh. So I'm going to do mv template .sh. Okay. So what I did was I just renamed this file as a .sh. This is not necessary. Okay. What will happen is this will, it's just for you and your colleagues to know that this is a script file. This is just to distinguish between a script file and a regular file. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put down here script identification. Okay, to identify the script file, the script file, you can add .sh. Okay, but this is not necessary. Okay, so what you're gonna do is running the script. Let's do all this here, comment out. I'm gonna just type this here, template. Okay, and to identify the script file, you could type this here. Okay, and to run this, you have to have this your .sh. Okay. So everybody clear here, right? So far, if you look at the script here template, we said it's nothing in there, but we accomplished so many things here. So we declare this as being a script file. Okay, that's one thing. And second thing is we changed the permission. We gave it 755. Okay, so you execute all the users group, everybody have a execute permission here. So okay, you could read, and writing you are not allowing them to change it, but they could execute the command or the script, I'm sorry. And you give the extension here .sh, that means it is doing it here, and I've showed you how to run the script here. Going forward, this is the preferred method to run the script. Why? Because sometimes you will have a script inside a script. If you type bash and then the script name is not, it might not work. But if you type this and then in the script again, then it will work. Okay. So what will happen is this is the preferred method. All these are pretty simple here, okay? The way I'm showing you, it should drive home. And all this is just do it yourself and you will get it, okay? All right, I'm going to get some coffee here. Give me 2 minutes and then I'll be back, okay? All right, so let me just pause this here. Okay. So what do we got here? So let's build up on this here, what we have here, okay? So let's motion detected as you back door. So what we have learned so far, let's work on this line here, okay? This line here, we ran this from the command from the command line. So let's create a simple script. Using basic commands. Okay, what we'll do is we'll write it together, and then that way you could see the clarity of the script here and how it's working. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a script named basic. Okay, basic.sh. Okay, now that I have a template file, what I'm gonna do is simply type template. Then I'm gonna do basic.sh. Okay. And once you do that, if you see here, the permissions are copied, or everything is copied, even the content would be copied here. Okay, so you don't have a headache to go in there and make some changes here. So let's go in there and work with this. command here we have used earlier to make it look cleaner, and the output you could make it more usable. Okay, so I'm gonna go into VI basic, and in here I'm gonna put down comments. This is a basic script. Okay, so the very first here is ls. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say I'm gonna put down here in the script, it says echo. What is the echo command does? It just repeats what it says, right? It's just the basic line. Let me just show. I think I have showed you what echo does is, right? If you type echo and it just like creates a blank line, right? If you type echo and then you put in quote this is a script file, what are you gonna see on this on the line? We're just gonna see this information. Echo means it's just repeating it. Okay, it's gonna eliminate the quotes and it's gonna repeat this here. So let's go into a basic. So I'm gonna put down echo. This is list. Okay, and then I'm gonna run the command ls. All right, everybody with me so far? So what happened here is, let me save and exit. Let me run basic. So what happened is, it says this is list, and it ran that command. It gave us the a list. What do you have in this directory here? ls, right? So when you type ls, this is what it gave us. So if you want to make it look even better, what you could do is you go in here, you say echo, and then you put some lines in there. Okay, and then I'm going to YY, and I'm going to P in there. Okay, so I'm going to say this is ls. And then let me run this basic. So what is happening here is now it's giving you between those lines here so that you could have a better list. Now what else you could do here is, okay, you see this line is too close to this line here. So you go back in there, and what you could do is you could type one other thing here, echo. So what I'll do is it will create a blank line. So now this is much more easier on your eyes. Okay, you guys see how this is getting built up? This is how this is getting built up here. So Do I need to explain what echo is in here when I put this in here? Yeah, let me just do it this way. What was it?
No, sir, I was just saying, I mean, it's okay. But if you're mentioning, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll just do it for one line here. Okay, and you could also use echo to create a blank line. Okay. All right, good. Now let's mess around with our uh, what is the next one here is echo here, right? So we are using it now, PWD. What I'm gonna do is then I'm gonna copy this to YY. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna say this is a present working directory. Okay, I'm gonna type the command here, pwd. Okay, and you come up here, YY, you go down here and do P to paste it. Okay, so now you could see how this is nice and clean it's getting. Okay, and I'm gonna go down here again, give some spaces, and what is the next one here is I'm gonna copy this YY, I'm gonna go down here P, and then I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna say echo. I'm gonna go up here and go into insert mode, and I'm gonna say echo, and I'm gonna say this is system uptime, and I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna give you a blank line echo, and I'm gonna type the command uptime. Okay, so that you could see uptime. Okay, and then I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna go down here, and then P. So next thing we are worried about is df-h. Okay, so I'm gonna say echo. This is output of disk information. Okay, I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna create a blank line so that it looks visually appealing. I'm gonna type the command df-h. Okay, and then I'm gonna come back here, and then I'm gonna copy this YY, and I'm gonna paste this here, and let me scroll this down here, and I'm gonna do echo, and then I'm gonna say this is output of fs tab, okay? And you put it in here, you type echo, and then what is the command? Cat /etc/fs tab. So to the system, what it's doing here is it's reading this command and it's doing its deed. It's reading this command, it's doing that. It's reading this command, it's putting on the display here, okay? So clear this, and I'm gonna run basic.sh. So what you should have is, you should have a clear output here. So right here, this is where the script is starting. It says like, this is list, and it gave you the list here. And it says, this is present working directory pwd. Okay, and this is the output of disk information. So we ran df-h information here, okay? And this is the output of fs tab. So you do cat etc fs tab here. Everybody with me so far? So now you could see how you could build up on this. So let's see here. Yeah. Before I forget, etc. Shell echo. Where did I start today? I started right here, right? Today? Yeah, I'm gonna put it in here. Over here. I mean, this is where I started. I'm gonna have to put the YouTube link here. And I'll put here 06. July is already done. Oh, by the way, happy 4th, everybody. So, okay, and I'll save that later. So you could see how this is working here, okay? VI basic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. So I'm gonna do DD here and DD. Yeah, I'll just leave it like this here. Okay. Now, so you got the idea, right? How you could use the script and the information or the knowledge we gained so far to build up on what we are learning, okay? All right. So now what we could do is, let me show you one other thing here, just to sake of, so right here, I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put it here, one command here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do pound free -h. Okay, so this command is now going to run. So if I do basic, so the command free -h is not going to be there. So where is that? Why is this command not going to run?
Because it's commented out.
Very good, very good. Commented out. Okay, get in a habit of using comment out. Okay, good, very good. You're grasping the content here. I'm happy. And go ahead, please complete the assignments here, okay? I didn't put any date on it because I know it's going to be difficult. But take your time, get in there. I put a server out for you and complete it. If you're struggling with the assignment, ask the question, okay? Ask anybody. I think one person already did a very good job. But I still need everybody to complete it. Some of them didn't even start it, so please reach out to me if you have issues. Yeah, you have a question?
Yeah, so did you post any second assignment, sir, or the talking about first assignment?
No, the second assignment is not there yet. I'm waiting for everybody to finish it. But I'll put it sooner or later because I'm gonna gauge you how you're doing it, and you could literally do a lot of assignments there.
Okay.
But yeah, I have recruiters. I work with 3 different recruiting agency. Uh, they need a Linux people all the time. Okay. And one thing I'm going to tell you, don't be surprised if you get a job with Apple, Google, Facebook, all these big fan companies, what else? Netflix, everybody, all this big corporation or any big corporation, what are they running? They are running Linux. And which Linux they're running? Most of the time they're running Red Hat Linux, the one we are learning right now. And when I worked for Apple, I was surprised they were running Red Hat Linux. I thought they were running their own Linux, but they were running Red Hat. And they have 1 million server. When I worked a year ago, they had 1 million server. Okay, there's a lot of work to do. So get into this, learn this, and after that you could explore your career furthermore. To get into a high-paying job, this is probably one of the good courses you're learning out. Compared to Windows, Linux automatically pays you 30% more. So if somebody is giving you a job in Windows with the same experience, this type you will get like 70,000. Linux with the same year of experience, you will automatically get 100,000. So I'm not even kidding about this. You make $30 more, 30% more than the Windows guys. And people just freak out. Linux is tough and all this here. I mean, it depends on who's teaching and all that. If you are not getting a good input, then everything is tough. But if you follow this course here, I made it so simple, and I'm giving you like each and every tidbits and everything that you will be successful. Because what happens is all this course, if you go to Red Hat and get their training, they dump everything in 5 days. Monday through Friday, you have to sit in a class for 5 days, and they dump you everything like this, and they charge you $5,000. So I'm barely charging you anything. My important thing here is that I want to help out people and achieve, I see a lot of people wasting their time, especially if they have a good visa status. Yeah, just get there. There are so many jobs out there. So just make good use of your visa status. If you're born here, even better. Make a good use of it. You should be, almost everybody should be able to make 6 figures here, okay? So take up on that challenge. It's not hard, it's not difficult, and all the information I'm giving you is at your fingertips. And you could definitely approach for the Red Hat certification. Red Hat certified Red Hat certified administrator, and the other one is Red Hat certified engineer. So I'm putting both together here. On top of that, I'm giving you the scripting and Ansible and a little bit of AWS skills. Okay. So now what I'm going to show you is some how would you do some addition and subtraction. Okay. So in any scripting language, this is standard here. Okay. For addition, it's called arithmetic operations. Operators. Okay, so can somebody tell me what this is? What is plus? Anybody?
For adding.
Yeah, addition. Plus is addition. Minus is subtraction. Okay, and the asterisk is multiplication. And then there is a special way to use asterisk here, because asterisk is used as a wildcard too. And when you're using it, you have to type a slash here. Using a script, type slash and then the asterisk. That's how you're going to run it. I'll show you how you would do it. And then the forward slash is what? Division. So these are the 4 basic. Okay, so let's do the math here. So to run this here, there is a command called expr. Expr is the command. And what you do is 2 space plus space 2, and it gives you 4. Okay, and if you type expr 2 minus 2, what I'll do is it'll give you 0. And then I showed you how you run the multiplication slash asterisk. Asterisk, it will give you multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4. And then expr 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay? So this is the example.
Sir, the EXPR is like regular expressions you're
Yeah,
referring?
it is built in. When you're doing any mathematical calculation, you have to use expr, okay?
Okay. So is it like a regular expression or just EXPR?
A regular expression.
Okay.
So this is an example of usage. Okay, and now what I'm going to introduce you is called Boolean. True or not true, okay? Or equal to. Boolean arithmetic expression operators. So what we're going to do is, so very first one is minus EQ, that means equal. So in here you use two equal signs. So what does this means is equal. Equal. Okay. Hyphen NE is what? Not equal. And how do you use that? Exclamation and equal is referred to as not equal to. Not equal to. Okay, minus GT. Can somebody take a wild guess? Greater than.
Greater than.
Very good. Greater than. Now minus LT is what? Less than. Okay? And then minus LE is what?
Less than or equal to.
Yeah, very good. Less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. Okay, minus GE. Greater than or equal to. Okay? And you could memorize this here. I mean, these are not going to change. And if you have like two pipes, this means or. Means or. Two pipes. Okay, you know where the pipe is, right? The pipe is this button here. If you're looking on the keyboard, is this button here. If you hold the shift key and this is the pipe, you see the little line going through? That is the pipe. Above enter key. And to AND means AND, regular AND. Means AND. I'm gonna close this keyboard. Yes, me a clicking noise. Okay, and I'm gonna say, what is this? Ampersand. Okay, and you have a dollar and question mark. Okay, and this is to check exit code. We'll find out what exit code is, okay? A little later. So let's do let's create. We still have time, right? We got 20 minutes, so good. So what I'm gonna do is let's put this into the script and see what happens here. So I'm gonna say simple calculation script. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy a template to calc.sch. Okay, so I'm gonna create this script here, and I'm gonna go in there. Let me just put the script name calc.ch. So I'm gonna go cal.ch sh, and I'm gonna say here this is simple calculation script. Okay, now what I'm gonna do here is so how am I gonna show this? So I'm gonna introduce a read command here and a variable. Okay, so we'll talk about this, what variable and read command is. So let's see here. Type echo, and we're gonna ask the user to enter a number. Okay, enter a number, and then I'm going to close this. So if I'm going to save and exit, what is going to happen is it will say enter a number because it's just the echo line. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to say, now this is new. What I'm going to ask you to do is read. Read is a built-in command. Read is a built-in reserve command. And I'm going to say num1. Okay, num1 is a variable. What is a variable? Is just a placeholder. When the user is going to type the number, is going to take that as a placeholder and it's going to cache that number. Okay, so I'm going to comment here, pound comment. So what is going to here is read is a built-in command. Read is a built-in command, built-in reserve command. And I'm gonna put down here another line. Num1 is a variable, means it's a placeholder. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask here echo. You know what echo is? It's just echoing what you're typing. Enter a second number. So what are we going to do is enter a first number. Enter a first number, then enter a second number. Okay, so then we're going to use the read command to capture the second number. I'm going to say num2. You could give this anything you want. Okay, a variable, you could give variable or a placeholder, you could give anything you want. Okay, num1 or num2, you can make up anything you want. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a total. Okay, you could give whatever you want, total, sum, or anything. Total equals, and then you have to, if you're running a command, if you're running a command in the middle of a line, you have to give the put the command into the backtick. Okay, what is backtick? Look on the tilde. I'll show you what is backtick. You see this here? If you just push this one is backtick, the top one is tilde here, right next to on the keyboard is right next to number 1. Backtick is right next to number 1. Everybody take a look on your keyboard, because this is you have to distinguish between this backtick and a quote. They kind of look like the same thing. The single quote and backtick almost look like the same thing, but backtick is like a little bit backwards, leaning on the left side. Can I capture this picture and put it in here? No, I can't do that. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is total. I'm going to say expr. We already know what expr is here, right? We used it here, expr. Expr. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in quotes. $num1, close the quotes and put the plus sign. Okay, and the quotes num2 and close the quotes, and I'm going to put a backtick on it.
Sir, aren't we going to use dollar with num2 as well?
Yes. Very good. Okay. So I think, yeah, let me just take this out. Here, num1 plus num2, and then the backtick. And then what we're going to do is echo the sum of first and second number is and then $, total. So why we are using total here? Because this is we just created a variable total. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and save and exit. So now I'm going to run the script /calc. So what is saying? Enter a first number. I'm going to type a first number 45. And it says enter a second number. I'm going to type 55. And it says calc. Okay, it's giving us an error message. It's telling us that which line you got a problem. We got a line at 16 and line 23. So you go in here and you don't know which line is this. What are you going to do? You just type number, right? Or set number. Anybody? Set numbers. Or a number. Okay. When you type the number, it will tell you give you the line number. So what line was the error message? I forgot. What line was the error message? Error is number 16 and 23. Okay, so let's look at 16.
Yeah, missing the double quotes at the end of the line.
Yep, very good. So this is important here, quotes and all that. Let me save and exit and let me run it again. 45, 55, and we got the number here. It says 45 plus 55, but it's not doing the calculation here. Why is it not doing? So let's go in here and take a look. EXPR. I think you're supposed to give spaces here, all right? Yeah. Give a space here and a space here.
Yes, sir. It's 100.
45, 55, and yep, we got the information here. So 6 plus 4 is 10. So let's dissect this a little bit more so that you have a good understanding.
So, sir, basically we are just need to change in the total, right, for plus, minus, subtract, and
Yeah,
division.
yeah, very good. You getting it?
Okay.
So let's fool around with this here, okay? So here, this is a variable here, okay? Num is a variable, that means it's a placeholder. So what I could do is I could change it here, anything. I want to change it Sayyad. So over here, what I'm gonna do is instead of num1, we'll change it Sayyad here, $Sayyad. Okay, so what is gonna happen is I'm just showing you that you could make up anything you want here. But some of these commands here are not readable. I mean, these are reserved commands. If you try to use read, something else is not going to work because these are reserved commands. Okay, I'm going to save and exit, and I'm going to run. Enter the first number 45, second number 55. The result is going to be the same here. So what I'm trying to point that out is the variable, it could be anything you could make up. Okay, I just want to make sure you are clear about this. Okay, num is a variable, it is a placeholder, and you could make up anything you want. Okay, then enter a second number. Then read is a built-in reserve command, okay? And expr is a built-in reserve command. And here total also what we did is we created a variable here, okay? So I'm gonna say here pound total is a built make made up variable, okay? And expr is a built-in command. Expr is a built-in command. For uh, arithmetic calculation. Okay. So let's see here. Without the script, how are we going to run on the command prompt here, okay? So we'll just run the main important things here instead of typing echo and all that. So we'll type read num1, okay, and hit enter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type 45 here and hit enter. So read the where is it holding? It's holding in the memory. Okay? Right now num1 is sitting in the memory here. The computer remembers it. Then I'm going to do read num2 and hit enter. And I'm type 55. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do expr. Okay, then I'm going to do num1 plus num2.
So why we are not using a dollar sign over here?
Yeah, you have to. Very good. You have to put down dollar sign. Okay, and hit enter. It gives you 100. Okay, it is the same thing as what we have created in the script. Any questions?
Sir, if I want to put this value of 100 in, like, say, again, a variable total like you did earlier, so I just have to write the same line like total is equal to backtick expression like that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, what you said the backtick does?
So if it's not running the command at the start of the line, then you have to use backtick. Okay, that is very good question. I think I was supposed to tell you beforehand. Uh, so let's do here. Let me show you one more thing. Dollar num one. Uh, so dollar num1 is showing 45, and num2 is 55. All right. So give me 1 second here. read num1, num2, right? So read command, what is read in shell? I think we are out of time here. Give me 1 minute here, okay? Give me just 1 minute. Oh, okay. So you want to see what's in the thing here. So you have to type echo. Echo dollar num1. It repeats that for you. And echo dollar num2. So this is in the memory. The moment I restart or clear this, it will be gone.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's do the total. Instead of total, let's do sum. And backtick. 2 backticks. And let me copy this. I'm going to hit enter.
So I think equal to sign would also should also be placed.
Yeah, very good. Okay, it's not going to show anything. But what you're going to do is echo dollar sum. Okay, there you go. Any questions? I think I drove this home really good. So this is what actually is a script is. So before you, I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this, all this here on in here so that you know we wrote a script, what we have typed on the command prompt here. So you all got the concept here, right? Everything is running on the command prompt, regardless if it's in the script or not. So what is script is doing is, everything else is blind to the script. It's running this command. It's just running the commands here. What we have made it look good is just only for the visual appearance for us. Okay, all right, I'm gonna close here. I will catch up tomorrow and we'll go from there. Okay, all right, everybody have a good day. Good fourth.